He told us that Justin Baldoni...
These turn to rumors of misbehavior on set by Baldoni.
Lively's complaint accuses Baldoni, who is also the film's director, of creating a hostile work environment and trying to ruin her reputation after she expressed her concern.
TMZ reported that Blake Lively has told people that there were multiple reasons that Justin Baldoni made her feel uncomfortable, it's a feminist buzzword, uncomfortable on set. Blake Lively, it appears to me, completely lied about that critical scene in which she involved Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds.
She claims she tried to take over his movie because she has a history of saying, okay, I'll be the star, but what I secretly want to do...
In the dazzling yet treacherous landscape of Hollywood, a legal tempest of unprecedented ferocity has erupted, captivating audiences far and wide as actor-director Justin Baldoni and actress Blake Lively clash in a high-stakes courtroom drama. This isn't just another celebrity spat. It's a full-blown legal war, plunging into allegations of serious wrongdoing and retaliatory legal tactics, a saga that threatens to redefine reputations and careers. The narrative began months ago, when Lively launched a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Baldoni, a move that sent shockwaves through the industry and ignited a public fascination with the unfolding drama, a real-life Hollywood story more captivating than any fictional screenplay.
We always tease each other. He was, after I gave birth, he was like, oh my gosh, if I lost you and I, went to the park with our 3 kids, I mean, think of the ladies I can. This is a horrible thing to say. And he's like, I mean, I've got a long list. And I was like, oh, really? Because I just have one on my list. I didn't have anyone on my list.
And then it wasn't funny anymore.
No, it's so much more of a burn. He's like, wait, who? And I was like, think of someone. Think of someone. Bob Newhart. I don't know.
Blake Lively's initial legal salvo, a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, reverberated through Hollywood, instantly capturing public attention and dominating entertainment news cycles. Observers, seasoned in the ways of celebrity disputes, anticipated a swift and quiet settlement, a hushed resolution behind closed doors. But Justin Baldoni, in a move that surprised many, countered with an even larger legal action, a bold and defiant countersuit equally vast in its demands, signaling to Hollywood and the world that this was no ordinary disagreement, but a protracted and bitter battle for reputation and truth. As allegations and counterclaims surfaced, each more explosive than the last, the stage was irrevocably set for a dramatic Hollywood legal battle, one that quickly transcended the typical celebrity spat and morphed into a high-stakes public spectacle, drawing in fans and critics alike. From the outset, a palpable tension permeated the dispute, a sense of unease hanging heavy in the air. Legal analysts, parsing the initial filings and public statements, predicted an early yield from one party to avoid irreparable reputational harm, the kind of damage that could linger for years in the unforgiving world of show business. Yet, defying these expert predictions, neither side hinted at surrender. Neither camp blinked, suggesting a drawn-out struggle ahead, a legal war of attrition with no clear victor in sight. Mainstream media outlets, sensing a ratings bonanza, seized the story with ravenous enthusiasm, igniting public debate on the merits of Lively's accusations and the audacity of Baldoni's countercase. Speculation swirled like wildfire. Did Blake Lively, a figure of such polished grace and public adoration, have genuinely compelling reasons to launch such a financially and reputationally risky suit? Or was Justin Baldoni, a rising force in Hollywood, unfairly targeted in a high-stakes power play, a victim of celebrity influence and unchecked ambition? This stark public divide, this immediate polarization of opinion, signaled that the dispute had already transcended the carefully controlled confines of the courtroom, rapidly evolving into a highly public and intensely personal confrontation. A battle fought not just within the legal system, but also, and perhaps more importantly, in the court of public opinion, where social media chatter and online speculation would wield as much, if not more, influence than formal legal proceedings and courtroom decorum. Months of intricate legal filings, strategically leaked documents, and carefully crafted allegations culminated in a preliminary hearing, a scene outside the courthouse so charged with anticipation and drama that it felt ripped from the script of a Hollywood film itself, packed with palpable tension and hinting at the explosive legal and personal battles yet to come. the stage meticulously set for a legal showdown, unlike any seen in recent Hollywood history.
Well, I actually knew of the film before I knew of Colleen's book, which is, I know, a unique entry point, but I think because I just have 1,000 children, I, have missed all of pop culture, and her significant impact in the world of books. I mean, so many of her books are on the New York Times bestseller. I mean, it's crazy.
At this pivotal preliminary hearing, Justin Baldoni's attorney, the formidable Brian Friedman, immediately established a combative and assertive stance, his very presence in the courtroom radiating an unwavering determination to protect his client at all costs. Friedman aggressively challenged Lively's lawsuit from the outset, his opening statements echoing with conviction and legal precision, arguing vehemently that her lawsuit lacked concrete evidence, was built on flimsy accusations and conjecture, and was, at its core, a thinly veiled attempt to damage Baldoni's hard-earned reputation and burgeoning career, a cynical maneuver disguised as a legitimate legal claim. He pointedly criticized Lively's attorneys for what he portrayed as a calculated campaign of media manipulation, accusing them of attempting to poison the public well before Baldoni even had a chance to present his defense, citing early, strategically timed information leaks to prominent news outlets that painted his client in a demonstrably negative and unfairly prejudicial light. While Lively's attorneys, seemingly caught off guard by Friedman's aggressive legal strategy, vehemently denied any media manipulation, insisting their client was simply seeking justice as a genuine victim. Friedman skillfully and persuasively argued that the initial damaging negative media coverage had already placed Baldoni squarely on the defensive, unfairly coloring public perception and justifying his right to vigorously and equally publicly defend himself, to level the playing field in the court of public opinion. This defense, Friedman asserted, rightfully included launching a dedicated website, a digital fortress of evidence designed to showcase what he confidently proclaimed as incontrovertible evidence, meticulously curated to counter Lively's allegations and reveal the supposed weaknesses in her case, a bold and unprecedented move in Hollywood legal battles. Friedman's intensity and unwavering conviction visibly unsettled Lively's legal team, their carefully constructed composure momentarily cracking under the pressure, signaling to all observers that this was no ordinary legal skirmish, but a relentless and potentially devastating challenge to Lively's meticulously crafted narrative. A key strategic move by Lively's side, perceived by many as a sign of growing unease, was an attempt to secure a gag order against Friedman, a desperate legal maneuver aiming to limit his public statements and regain some control over the increasingly chaotic public narrative. Fearing the power of Friedman's public defense and the potential for his narrative to sway public opinion, Lively's team argued for judicial intervention to silence his public pronouncements, framing it as a necessary measure to ensure a fair legal process, free from undue external influence and media sensationalism. However, the judge, in a decision that would prove pivotal, denied this motion, citing both parties' existing public engagement with the media and deeming it inherently unfair to silence only one side, effectively leveling the playing field and refusing to grant Lively's team the strategic advantage of controlling the public narrative. This ruling was widely viewed as a significant early victory for Baldoni and Friedman, a crucial turning point that neutralized Lively's attempt to control public discourse and emboldened Baldoni's defense, setting the stage for a more aggressive and public legal battle.
But I was just tracking him down, and then I finally got to read the script, and the script was a thriller. So that was a little confusing to me because he's such a funny director.
Yeah.
And so I said, what is this? Because the script is definitely a twisting, turning, intense thriller. Is it a comedy or a thriller? And he said, yes. So then every day on set, I was is today a comedy or is it a thriller?
It's a good mix
of
both.
It's really kind of over the top and campy and trashy and fun and kind of like my outfit, I guess.
The legal drama intensified further, taking an unexpected and strategically significant turn with the discovery of Baldoni's new website, a dedicated and meticulously crafted platform designed to showcase his defense directly to the public, bypassing traditional media gatekeepers and seizing control of the narrative. This website, a digital fortress of legal documents and multimedia evidence, was more than just a legal tactic. It was a declaration of war in the information age, a bold and unprecedented move in the often secretive world of Hollywood litigation. Friedman announced with strategic fanfare that the site would feature a comprehensive trove of videos, legal documents, and private messages, all meticulously curated and strategically presented to validate Baldoni's position, expose what he termed the falsehoods in Lively's lawsuit, and reveal her legal action as a calculated and reputation-damaging tactic, not a genuine pursuit of justice or legal redress. Lively's lawyers, predictably and vehemently, swiftly condemned the website, decrying it as an inappropriate and unethical attempt to preemptively influence potential jurors and sway public opinion outside the carefully controlled confines of the courtroom, a blatant disregard for legal protocol, and a cynical attempt to try the case in the media rather than before a judge and jury. Friedman, ever the skilled legal strategist, however, skillfully countered that Lively's team's initial engagement with the press had necessitated his public response, leaving him with little choice but to meet fire with fire and defend his client's reputation in the public arena. A point the judge, seemingly acknowledging the realities of modern media warfare and the impossibility of completely controlling the narrative in the digital age, seemed to tacitly acknowledge by upholding Baldoni's right to public self-defense, refusing to impose the gag order sought by Lively's team. Adding another layer of complexity and intrigue to the unfolding legal drama, Lively's side, perhaps sensing their strategic disadvantage in the public arena, made a last-ditch effort to control her upcoming deposition, a crucial and often make-or-break stage in any major legal battle. Petitioning the court with a degree of desperation, Lively's legal team requested the extraordinary and legally unorthodox right to dictate her questioner, a clear and transparent attempt to avoid Friedman's notoriously aggressive and confrontational questioning style and maintain some semblance of control over the increasingly fraught and unpredictable legal process. This request, however, was also swiftly and decisively denied, the judge once again siding with legal precedent and fairness, affirming the opposing counsel's customary and legally enshrined right to conduct depositions, a cornerstone of the adversarial legal system. This ruling unequivocally granted Friedman or another member of his legal team the unbridled and strategically invaluable opportunity to directly and rigorously question Lively under oath, a prospect that demonstrably placed Lively's legal team demonstrably on edge, fearing the potential for damaging admissions, inconsistencies, or revelations under the relentless pressure of Friedman's cross-examination, solidifying Friedman's strategic advantage and raising the stakes for Lively as the legal battle intensified.
It's believing that people and humanity are inherently good, and they crave nutritious food in their soul, just as they do in their bodies.
As the preliminary hearing drew to a close, the judge delivered a final, impactful judicial decision that would reshape the legal landscape of the case and further heighten the already stratospheric stakes for both parties, merging both lawsuits into a single, unified case, streamlining the legal process, but simultaneously amplifying the potential consequences of a courtroom defeat. This consolidation dramatically heightened the stakes, forcing a direct, concurrent confrontation of allegations, intertwining Lively's claims and Baldoni's counterclaims into one decisive legal showdown, a winner-take-all battle with little room for strategic retreat or tactical maneuvering. For Lively, already facing mounting legal pressure and a series of preliminary setbacks, this confluence of lawsuits could prove particularly unsettling, even strategically disastrous, intertwining her claims and Baldoni's counterclaims into one high-stakes, all-encompassing legal war with no easy exit strategy.
I think the idea that people think that they know you, I think because of how intrusive media is these days, people care so much more about your personal life than they do your work, and if you aren't open with your personal life, then they just make it up for you and share it for you.
Lively's supporters, witnessing these developments, found themselves increasingly divided and uncertain, their confidence wavering in the face of preliminary motion losses, and Baldoni's demonstrably assertive and strategically effective legal strategy. Public opinion, too, began to show subtle signs of shifting. fueled by anticipation of the potentially damaging evidence promised on Friedman's website, creating a palpable sense of unease and foreboding within Lively's camp. Baldoni's fan base, emboldened by these early legal victories, and neutral observers, captivated by the unfolding Hollywood legal drama, grew increasingly curious and anticipatory, eagerly awaiting the hidden details and potential bombshell revelations promised on Friedman's website. The digital battleground where the fight for public opinion would rage alongside the formal courtroom proceedings. Amidst this escalating legal battle, Ryan Reynolds, Lively's husband and a Hollywood powerhouse in his own right, maintained a conspicuous public silence, a strategic decision that only fueled further speculation about his stance and potential behind-the-scenes mediation efforts, leaving many to wonder if his influence and business acumen might be brought to bear to broker a settlement and avert what increasingly appeared to be a potentially catastrophic trial. Analysts and industry insiders openly speculated that a negative outcome for Lively, should the case proceed to a full trial and result in a decisive legal defeat, could have devastating financial and reputational consequences for the power couple, contrasting sharply with their carefully cultivated public images of lighthearted humor, philanthropic endeavors, and seemingly untouchable celebrity grace. The central question, hanging heavy in the Hollywood air, remained: would Ryan Reynolds, the savvy businessman and master of public image, ultimately step into a more active and decisive role, intervening to mediate a resolution and strategically encourage a settlement? Or would this high-stakes legal clash continue to escalate, hurtling towards a full-scale trial that threatened to irrevocably alter the professional and personal lives of both Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, leaving a lasting scar on the glittering facade of Hollywood and serving as a stark reminder of the volatile nature of fame and the enduring power of public perception in the unforgiving entertainment industry? The coming months, all observers agreed, promised further legal maneuvering, strategic public pronouncements, and undoubtedly more surprising twists and turns in this already captivating and deeply unsettling saga. A real-life Hollywood legal drama, more compelling and perhaps ultimately more consequential than any fictional screenplay.